boogie down Bronx, place where hip hop got its start. Boogie down Bronx, we land cultures from the heart. Boogie down Bronx, where the Yankees played their part. Boogie down Bronx, I'm gonna tell you about the Bronx, baby, march you up. Botanical gardens and the zoo. You can cool out in Van Cortlandt Park. The boogie down Bronx, the boogie down Bronx. Well, I'm gonna tell you about the Bronx, baby, march you up. The boogie down Bronx, Metro North running upstate. Down Bronx, you can catch it down Manhattan's way. Place where land cultures from the heart. Well, I'm gonna tell you about the Bronx, baby, march you up. The boogie down Bronx, the deacon running to and fro. Boogie down Bronx, you can throw down at any Bronx dojo. The boogie down Bronx, for the road and the heart. The boogie down Bronx, where you can get your shopping on. Where the Yankees play their part.
A lot of us human beings here don't realize that we are, regardless of what anyone thinks, we are spiritual beings first. Everything that happens in this world is based on spirituality. When that individual can learn and understand and grasp and learn to accept who they are, what they are, solely on spirituality, there is a spirit there. Okay, we just don't know it's there until one day we can learn how to tap into that. So that fight scene came about. It was an audition that basically Jackie Chan was hosting, and what we had to do was come up with a fight scene that lasted at least approximately 15 minutes, videotape it, and we mailed the videotape down to the studio. And we were told by a representative that basically what they were looking for was something that wasn't as real as what we made our fight scene.
Student 3, to build true confidence through knowledge in the mind, honesty in the heart, and strength in the body, to keep friendship with one another, and to build a strong and happy community. Never fight to achieve selfish ends, but to develop might for right.
I think through the martial arts, it helps a person get in touch with the level of confidence that otherwise might not be achieved. Plus, you develop a good amount of self-esteem. You develop strength of character. You develop strength in body. So I think overall, you just develop a bunch of good things that are good for you. The kick and punch is a good feeling too. I mean, having the ability to defend yourself, that's an awesome feeling in itself. Martial arts for me is not a sport, it's a lifestyle. The way I conduct myself in my dojo is the way I'm oftentimes found outside in the street. And that's what I'm trying to teach my students, is that the principles that you learn in the dojo, you can take those when you go to play, when you go to work, when you go home. Anywhere you found, principles can be implemented to govern the way you live. So for me, that has been the biggest gain for me, is that I have a principle, a guideline on how to conduct myself in places. Because there's a time for everything, and you have to know how to balance yourself throughout life. And martial arts helps to teach you how to do that.
I used to get beat up every day in school, like every other kid, and I got tired of getting beat up. So I started watching Bruce Lee movies. I liked what I saw, and I just started taking some classes.
Really eager to join, in the sense that I would sit there and I was just watching them. I was hungry for it, until one day I just decided to join, and I love it. I love every bit of it. I was raised in the Bronx. I was raised in the streets, rough, tough, fighting all the time, school fighting, suspended from school from fighting, and not because I wanted to fight, but because I had to defend myself. There's a lot of violence out there, and you have to be prepared. You don't want to go out there and fight, but if you meet the attack, I guess you gotta go for the kill.
That's
I've been like a fighter all my life. I've struggled in life with a lot of causes, physical problems, joint problems, arthritis. I have herniated disc and arthritis of the spine. And my thing is, if you have pain, it's like mind over matter. You know you have pain, you gotta learn to psych yourself and live with that pain. So don't let that pain get in your way and stop you from doing things. Take precaution that you don't want to hurt yourself further, but don't sit and say, I can't do it because I have pain.
What would you say to kids your age about the martial arts? Would you suggest them to get into it?
Yeah, because if you're having problems in school and you wanna stop that, you should come here, because they'll teach you how to have heart and express yourself.
all right. New York Mets. One more time.
Well, what I plan to do, since I love it so much, like when I get older, I plan to have my own school, like my teacher, he was a capo, and I would like to teach kids.
Side to side, Jimmy, side to side. How many times? Take it to him, take it to him. There you go, move around.
How did you get started in the arts?
Well, like every other little brother did, like watching guys like Jim Kelly and Moses Paul when I was a kid, you know, that's people like that, you know. Jim Kelly, you know, Jim Kelly was in the movies. He was,
Yeah.
He was the only brother that was doing it back in the day, you know. A lot of Chinese guys were doing it. I'm not a Chinese guy, so they able to watch one of the brothers do it, you know, so I gotta get into that, you know.
Can you explain your style to me?
It's called Miyamaru Jiu-Jitsu. It's founded by a man named Shinan Antonio Pereira, who was a soldier in World War II. He was a sniper. And when he came in from World War II, he trained in Japan. He trained under the Aikido master, Yoshiba. And he got his 5th Dan from Yoshiba. And then he came to the Bronx, started Miyama Jiu-Jitsu in 1960. It's been there ever since, for 40 years. Actually 50 years.
I see it's a combination of like throws.
Combination of throws, because Pereira was a judo man as well. He was 8th degree in judo as well. And he studied an art called Soshiryu Jiu-Jitsu. So the combination of all three, Aikido, Jiu-Jitsu, if you notice we did a lot of throwing, a lot of arm locks, a lot of takedowns. So that's where the Jiu-Jitsu, the Judo, and a lot of the swinging movements, the projection movements is from the Aikido. So it's a combination of like Aikijutsu, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu.
And the striking,
We do a lot of striking from the karate. You know,
okay.
Don't forget, all the arts were the same. Funakoshi and Kano lived together. He lived in the Kodokan. So a lot of their techniques, you know, came
Mixed
together.
right in.
They melded right in.
My name is Shihan Robert Gonzalez. I am 7th degree and 5th degree in different styles of martial arts. 7th degree in Aki Jiu-Jitsu, Temiyaki Jiu-Jitsu, and 5th degree in Makoto Ru Jiu-Jitsu Te and Judo and Shotokan Karate. I introduce my son. This is Raven Gonzalez. I'm going to demonstrate today, as soon as the students come on the class, how the DMAC is produced. This is internal power that is traveling from the tande miojo in the stomach all the way, or whatever part of the body that you wanted to put that force. In the martial art, is different kind of teachers, different kind of knowledge. Every teacher is a master inside. I believe that everybody is a master, or has a master inside. The spirit of the martial art is not to attack nobody, it's just to defend themselves, and it's a way of life. It's a way of life, a healthy life, and to continue living in the way of life that is good. I do it with 3, and I broke the last one. I hit the first one, 1, 2, 3. I break the last one. Sometimes I break the second one.
My name is Seafood Glenn, and where we are today is at Moyat Wing Chun Kung Fu School, located at 914 Prospect Avenue. We teach Wing Chun here. Some of you might not be familiar with Wing Chun. Wing Chun is the style that Bruce Lee brought to the United States. He learned his system through Yip Man, who was very familiar with doing the martial arts in Foshan, China. He taught Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was very popular in the 60s and the 70s, and a lot of you might be familiar with the system that way. However, We're the only South Bronx school that teaches the martial arts of Wing Chun, the authentic Wing Chun. I learned from Sifu Moyat, who's also happens to be my godfather in the Kung Fu family. He in turn learned from Yip Man also, and from there the tradition has been passed down to me, and I pass it down to my students simultaneously. So it's like on the principle of yin yang. One going up, one is going out. For example, if he punch, it's also a punch and a block. It's not block, punch, like in karate or most forms that you find in the martial arts system. Wing Chun is one. So by the time the guy realizes he's being blocked, he's also being hit. A Pak Sao is a slapping motion, but very effective where you don't go beyond the center line. 1, 2, 3. You can do this all day because the opponent would not be able to stand. For example, if the opponent is attacking, 1, boom. The opponent comes on this side, Bronx Sao, right? Now you notice I'm in the inner gate here. And then bam. And the guy's down. Now, this is the first stage of Chi Sao because we're not moving our horse. As you advance, you start to move your horse, giving him energy. This is moving your horse. Now, with Chi Sao, you practice your techniques that you learn. For example, the Tan Sao. That's the Tan Sao, pop, hit. The Bong Sao. Bong Sao, pop, hit. In this case, we'll do it on the other side. Bong Sao, pop, hit. Tan Sao, hit, pop, hit. Same time, we got Chi Gurt, which is sticky feet. At the same time, when you do your technique, you take them down. And go back. Again, time, pop, block, hit, like in most arts. It's hit, block, they come out. Back. Ready for the next guy.
I've had a lot of people always ask me, well, what style should I get into? What art should I take? Well, I have mentioned in the past about Bruce Lee, myself, and really about any other martial arts. We would have not been able to get to where we are if we actually didn't have a starting point. I don't hinder or knock any style for anyone to take or to study. Okay, I suggest anyone wanting to get into the martial arts, you pick and choose. Okay, whatever is to your liking, whatever is to your interest. I wanted to take the challenge. I wanted to see if it was something that I could do. I wanted to see if it was something that was for me. I wanted to see if it was something that I can stick with. In the years of dedication, you learn otherwise. You learn that martial arts is not only about defending yourself, learning how to defend yourself, but it teaches you a lot about yourself. It teaches you a lot about your strengths as well as your weaknesses. One learns to never give up in life. One learns to walk this earth with your head up and your chest up and proud. Most of all, it teaches you how to be a spiritually and harmonious person. Okay, it teaches you how to come in contact with your spiritual self.
This is not a world that's set for whatever Erica wants. I don't get to do what I want.
Come on, go stand on your feet, baby. Stand on your feet. Come on. Stand on your feet. Right.
But nothing, he's waiting on you.
Come on, go. Let's stay here, Pete. Right.
He's walking around, sliding with the sidekick.
Right.
That's it. Sidekick right there with your left leg.
Come on, Cole.
Right, that's what you're doing right now.
Right.
Come on, the same thing that I just finished telling you about Noel, you can do with Nicole.
Come on, slide it in.
I didn't say reverse anything.
Come on.
Continue. That's hurt. Put it out the way.
Let's go.
It's out of the way.
Cut it out.
Don't use it. That's it.
There you go.
There we go. Switch sides. Get out the way.
Right.
That's
Come
it.
on. Get that hand up.
Come on. Same thing I just told you.
Get it up.
Go on.
Get it up.
Don't put it in the way.
Go ahead. Right. Get it up.
Well, we all have fears, okay? And fears are nothing more than a challenge to be overcome, waiting to be overcome. If you don't confront your fear, it's like carrying a boulder that's really heavy up the hill, and you don't really have to, okay? The longer you carry it, the heavier the burden gets, and the more it bears you down, the less weak, the more weak you become. Okay? So the sooner you get that heavy weight off your shoulder by confronting whatever it is that you're scared of, it's what you believe about yourself. If you believe in what you're capable of, anything is possible. The other person is not important. Okay? It's what you decide. I mean, yeah, the other person is going to hit you, and it may hurt. But that's what fighting is about. The better you are at it, the least painful you are going to be in, okay? The least pain you're going to experience, okay? So the sooner you get better, the sooner you can cause the other person more pain, okay? And you'll like it better then, right? Right? It felt good hitting me in that chest, right? A side kick, right? Back punch. Felt good to me too, because now I know you should have no problem with doing that to anybody else.
All you got is a minute,
Come
Tyree.
on. Let's go. Stop thinking of that. Don't think. Right. Back kick. Come on.
Yeah, but with the next leg also. Follow with the next leg.
Come on.
That's
There
it.
you
But
go.
you're too
Work it
close.
out.
You're doing it, but you're too close. See, she's trying, but she's keeping the distance. Come on, come on, come on.
Let's go. Let's go. Keep your hands up. Stop being flat-footed. Get on your toes.
Come on,
Get
come
on
on,
your toes.
come on,
Let's
guys.
go.
Come on.
You're not doing nothing.
Right there. She's standing there, Tyreek. If she's standing there, then
What are you
that's when
doing?
you do it.
Go.
Begin.
There you go. There you go. All right. Come on.
Double your kicks up, Perry.
There you go.
Perry's
Keep your hand
working it out, Tyreek, and you're doing nothing.
That's it.
You have to cause yourself to stay in control over yourself. No matter what's going on, Tyreek, you can do better. Don't get into a slugging match with Perry. Stay up on your toes. You're being a flat foot. Flat foots get hit all the time.
It was an incident where a young student had got stabbed in the eye with a pencil, and the teacher really didn't do anything. But my thing is that the child knew a little bit more self-defense. The situation when it came up, because he was more basically just blocked the pencil. So that more or less got me into getting him trained in the martial arts. And plus, now the schools are getting rougher, and kids that's 12 don't look like they're 12. So now he's at that age where he's getting ready to go into, he's in junior high school, and he's going from the 6th to the 7th grade, and the kids are coming bigger and more aggressive. So my thing is that if he has an edge over them, then that will more or less prepare him. So my goal is that maybe by the time he gets to maybe 16, 17, maybe he'll be wearing a black belt, at least maybe a brown belt. If we're lucky, a red. So I'll take either or. So that more or less, that's why I got him into it, and more or less the discipline. And the man's a good teacher,
Was she going to talk for you?
No.
Then if I ask you a question, stop looking at her, hoping that she's got the right answer. Think about it, let me tell you you're wrong. Okay? Confidence, Tyree, is what you're building. Okay? Confidence doesn't mean that you're always right. Confidence means that I have the the wherewithal to say to somebody how I feel about something I thought about. That's all that it means, is that I'm going to go in here and say something that I thought about and believe it to be the right thing, whether right or wrong. If I'm wrong, somebody will tell me I'm wrong. But if I'm right, good for me. Okay? You don't need her. She don't need you. Not at all. When you came out of your mama, when you were born into this world, Nicole was not there. Okay? That means that you're alone. And in truth, that's what you are, alone. Use this. Okay? Y'all know the same exact stuff. Okay? If you're wrong, I'll tell you you're wrong. But even if you're wrong, that doesn't change the fact that know you're wrong and do something about it. It's okay to be wrong. I'm telling you it's okay to be wrong, because I'm still wrong. I still make a lot of mistakes. Sometimes he tells me, he goes, you know, Paul, you goofed on that. I go, yeah, okay. See the attitude? Somebody knows I did something wrong. Okay, I'll fix it. See, that's simple. It's not, oh man, I'm no good at this. That's the wrong attitude to take. Somebody telling you something about yourself, think about what they're saying, and if it's true, do something about it.
90% up here, and the physical aspect of things is only 10%. In order to have a strong foundation, you need the spiritual part. The spiritual part is what carries you over as the years go by, because the physical outer part we call is weak. That's why it age and you have the wrinkles and all of that. But as true martial artists, we train from the inside out. Say for instance, when one comes down with illness, by your inner organs being strong, it helps to fight off infection or whatever the situation may be. Getting back, one also must have faith. You know, whereas if you feel you woke up this morning on your own, you didn't.
Karate. With them, I'm demonstrating a round kick. So what happens is that you're turning your hip on the kick. You're not keeping your hip behind you. You're turning it over on every strike. Kids can learn self-confidence. They can get their energy level up, and they can focus better through karate practice. I block and strike, chop, knee, take down. Now I'm going to the full speed. Yeah. Man's gonna come with a straight punch. Flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look around. I'll demonstrate it again. This could be considered as a knife too. The man comes with a knife or whatever. You deflect. You can strike to the groin if you want to. Strike to the cerebellum in the back. Right. From here you grab control, which is called the 20-year technique. Take them. Down. Notice I still have the hand, the control with the knife or whatever. Look around, make sure you have no partners. Okay? Now I'm going to do that with the speed. Here it comes. Okay? Try to incorporate a full-fledged system so the person that trains here can get the best of everything. Cardio, they can get good self-defense skills, and they can also just basically feel good about themselves.
If a person is attack. Block, bam, bam. Okay, you've seen a lot of that in Enter the Dragon or the Bruce Lee movie where him and Bruce Lee was like this and he popped, or he came with a back fist and came in. A lot of people got really excited when they saw that technique. But basically, in the technique, it's a bong style, chopper motion, bringing the hand down dropping the elbow, and also hitting straight. So at the same time, pulling. So all those things are going on, but you don't see it. For example, bam, 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 bam. And you're ready for the next guy. 1, 2, 3. Gentleman is punching, right? Again, in Wing Chun, we don't just block and not strike. We block and strike at the same time, as you saw him do. Block, and he came in with a pop out. Again, it's a pop, clearing the center line, and coming with a punch. Pop dog, chopping motion, Wing Chun, and the guy is out. 1, 2, 3. To see if you hit in this area, you can definitely knock a person out or break their neck. And those are the areas that we're attacking. We're attacking areas that will be fatal to the individual. Yes, we want to teach quality people, not people just to go out in the world and start beating up on people or bullying people because they know Wing Chun. Again, Wing Chun is a very sought out art once they find where it is, and it's a very effective art. And the uniqueness about Wing Chun is that one can also incorporate this into another system.
Okay? He's jabbing, okay? He's jabbing. Okay? Right here is what when I destroy them on the first beat, then I can trap. Okay? Boom.
That's specifically what Lee's art was intended to be. A concept and not a style or a system. Okay? Jeet Kune Do in Cantonese means the way of the intercepting fist or foot. Okay? We both, we fight, with our hands and our feet. So it's the way of intercepting foot or hand. Okay? And it's basically the way of intercepting something, be it by destruction, okay, by a block, by a sensitivity drill. Or you can intercept an oncoming progression, again, either by destruction, a block, or by going on and actually executing a technique way before the individual can execute his oncoming progression. To sum it up as simple as possible, that's basically what his whole concept was, is that an individual should go out, okay, and seek and grasp their own knowledge, okay, their own knowledge. Just like we wake up every day, everyone thinks differently, feels differently, everyone eats differently, okay, everyone buys different clothes, all right, everyone walks differently, everyone looks differently, so why not, okay, why not seek your own knowledge? You can learn anything, okay, you would actually structure the concepts to you, okay, you will constitute the concepts and the style to fit your needs, not someone else's.
So good.
You're going like this, trying to hit him. Now you're trying to come back. You lost the leg. You lost the leg. Once you lose it, you lose it. Okay? Don't lose that leg. That's the way you want to throw. Slide right down. Right? That's it. I'm throwing. That's it. same opening to get your shoulder. Number 2. Huh? Yeah, it's all part of number 1. When you learn it, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's 1, 2. They want to be 1. I train as accurate as possible, because in the street it won't be. So if you don't want to train in a dojo half, and the street is going to be even worse. So if you do 100% here, maybe you get half the technique out there. Because like I said, in the combat, you don't know exactly what technique is coming, how he's coming at you. Some guy's tall, some guy's short, one guy got a knife, one guy got a gun, you just don't know. So you have to be able to at least get as close as possible to the technique as you want. So that's why I do it all the time. Technique is the most important part of the move. I know when your mind is saying, your mind is saying fall. You don't want it to fall, you want to hurt your wrist. So you're here, you want to push it into the bicep. Push the fingers into the bicep, and then here. At the same time, while we're pushing, we're turning. You don't want to push and then pull and then turn. You want to maintain that constant forward action. You want to maintain a constant forward push. Push the hand right past his arm, right past that muscle. So where it comes from is where it goes like that. Because you're gonna get hit. You gotta move your body with, and then drive it back for the safety. Other side, same thing. Drive it back for the safety. You stop, he's gonna stop, he gets stronger. But if he keeps moving, it's a lot like here. Push your balance. But instead of falling, you went, You feel resistance. What happens is, let's say the guy is strong, and if you don't try to be strong with a strong guy, because he's going to win because he's stronger than you are. So what you want to be relaxed. If he feels any kind of tension from you, he knows exactly where to fight you. But if you wait, like Bruce Lee once said, that when it's punch, your punches are really light to the last point of impact. Then you tighten it up. Same thing with our techniques. You don't want to be tense and strong because he can feel every part of the rock. And once you relax and pop it at the last point, where he doesn't know exactly what's happening until the last moment of impact. By then his arm's already broken. Reverse punch. Reverse punch. When I come in, the reverse punch.
Tom Dojo, under the leadership of Professor George Cofield, Thomas the Puppet, Hawk Fraser, Patterson, and many others. Then came Dr. Moses Powell, Victatius, Lorenzo, Mr. Canolan, Professor V. Then there was Frank Ruiz, Thomas Carroll, the Puppet. There was Elmo, Charlie Sparrow, Pedro, Maynard Minor, and many more. You're part of the problem or you're part of the solution. One or the other. Some people, they just want a certain thing. They want the whole thing, but they don't want to work to achieve it or earn it. It doesn't come overnight. You have to put your time there until it surpasses words. Some things can be explained in words. Some things you just have to reach that plateau to understand it in order to see the end depth or the fruit. But if you haven't reached that level, then you're not going to see it. And if you're not brought upright, and be upright, then you're not going to see it. As it said, they have eyes yet they cannot see.
I study the art which is called Iedo. Iedo is the art of sword drawing, samurai sword. You basically you draw the sword and you're performing different cuts and angulation cuts and what they call slashes also when you draw the sword. That was something that I was very fond of the beauty, of the history, of the grace, of the finesse, of the power of the katana. Katana in Japanese being the samurai sword. And I don't know, it's just, you put a sword in my hand and it's just, I start to feel chills. And there's a certain spiritual aspect you feel when you're performing those movements.
So, I've been training different instructors, different systems, different philosophies of martial arts. As my years of training and experience, I know it's the same thing, but there's different philosophies of the art, different philosophies of punching, but still the same technique, And what you're really learning in martial arts, is not also fighting, right? It's just different philosophies of not to fight of the martial arts. Ultimately, martial arts, the biggest fight is with yourself. That's a martial arts. So that's when the philosophy and the spirituality come and kicks in.
In 1998, I became sick with end-stage renal disease, which is commonly called kidney failure. And I had to make a decision in June, July, on whether or not I was going to close the school. And I didn't know what was to do next. All I knew is I just opened this business. It was partly a dream of mine to do. I decided, come what may, I'm going to stick with it. The benefits that have come with it is that my health, it's maintained fairly. Looking at me, you probably wouldn't know unless I tell you that I have kidney failure. And it helps to keep my mind off of the fact that my body is not the body that it once was. I have my moments, my days when I'm down, but they're far and few in between, and I'm thankful for that. Having the school allows me to put my focus into it and take my focus off of me and put it on other people.
3, 4, 5, 6, don't lean over, Chris. 7, twist your hips. 8, 10, here, middle height, belly, 7, to belly, 8, 9, 10, all right, higher, to the face now, 1, 2, lift them up, 3, lift it up, Chris, 4, 5, keep those hands locked, 2, Chris, keep those hands there, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9.
There's a movement.
10.
Don't leave it there. Just back it.
7.
I work really hard at it. I try to work out at least 4 times a week. My workouts consist of running, skipping rope, many exercises for the abs, stretching, upper body, light weights, because I can't really do heavy weights because of my arm.
9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
But I do as much as I'm capable of doing. I don't make any excuses for what I'm not capable of. I realize that I am not 100%. By far, I'm not 100%, so I can't push myself beyond what I am physically capable of. But I don't make any excuses for what I can't do. I do what I can do and don't worry about what I can't do. If in time I can get to it, great. If I don't, great. As far as I'm concerned, at all times, it's great. I miss the days of really full force contact fighting, but you know, I can't really engage in that. If I break a bone, I'm in really, really bad shape. I have friends who've unfortunately broken bones and they've never recovered. So to put myself out there in such a way would be foolish.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
A fighter kind of mentality and just put myself full force into being a teacher. I mean, I still spar, but with my students and some of the other black belts who I know and have the confidence that their ego is not going to get in the way of just going through a sparring session. But, you know, again, with having confronting on a daily basis my medical situation, I just keep pushing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
When I take on the students, I want to make them as good as me or better than me. But there's no reason why they should remain below where I'm at. You know, I think as you progress in martial arts, you realize that my martial arts skills are not for the conquering of society, but for the ability to discipline myself to make better decisions and hopefully influence the society around me.
One distracts. If you notice, if the person is really charging, this is what they're going to run into first. Next will come with the block. It comes from underneath, it slides right up, overhead, block. Very simple, bringing it down, it turns into a hammer fist strike, which would be going to the shoulder area or to the bridge of the nose. Stepping right into it, you're blocking on an angle, all of head is protected. Now if you decide to cheat, you only cheat on yourself. We know for a fact somebody's always watching. And it's not that hard to do. You can get in the mirror. What you do on the left side, you must be able to do on the right side. Both sides must balance. So, 1, 2, 3, block, block, bang. Back. That was going forward. Now, if they're too close, that's stepping back. Down block. Reverse punch. Elbow strike. Knife hand strike. Step forward. Punch. Step forward. Punch. Everything comes from the hip. Just like walking. When you step forward, the right hip goes forward. Step back, now the left hip is forward. So therefore, everything's coming from here. Stepping forward, you push off the back leg. You want to move like a bullet. Focus up on imaginary contact. Flexibility again. You cannot move all rigid like that. You're not a robot, you're human. Everybody know how to dance, water flows. You throw a stone out there, stone go around, underneath, it penetrates, and eventually it moves. Must have faith and confidence in yourself. The slightest doubt, it's not going to work. It's not a matter that the technique didn't work, you didn't work. Now you start thinking, what should I do? You cannot fight or get engaged worrying about getting hurt. Because if you feel you're going to get hurt, you're quite right. You're going to get hurt. Look before you react. Overhead block, downward block, outside block, outside block. Notice the block comes behind the ear, palm is facing out. Stepping back, coming evenly across with shoulder and midsection, blocking the entire body, with placing the punching hand or attacking hand on the outside. From that point comes the punch. The waistline becomes like a wheel, it turns. Also remember, when the person is attacking you, their weight begins to triple because of the force that they are coming at you with. So if you just step back and do this, you're going to get hit. Always let your opponent feel that they are better than you. You got nothing to prove but unto yourself. Anytime you think you're better and better than your opponent, you're underestimated. But nothing like being able to walk away. The object of fighting is not to fight. It's utilizing the mind. If you can't use this, how are you going to use this? So it's 90% here, and the physical aspect of anything is only 10%. Everyone has an option and an obligation. If you make an error, make a mistake, realize that and minimize it. Think before you react. And remember, mind and body are one and the same. They must work together. Arigato. Thank you.
I was seeking again, and this was even before I got into Jeet Kune Do. Mind you, it depends on the individualized martial artist, the individual. Okay, it depends on what is it that they seek from the art. And me, I sought knowledge. I wanted to seek knowledge. This just wasn't enough for me. I spent all my years. I spent 12 years of my life in traditional martial arts, and I've reached a point, and I still felt empty. So what I did is I went into other areas of training. At that point, after that, I got into Muay Thai training. Very effective for combat, for the street, Muay Thai. Exceptionally very effective and combative for street combat. But again, there's something that I don't think anyone can do for 15, 20 years. Because it is very brutal. It takes it takes a big toll on your limbs, it takes a toll on your bones, it takes a toll on your muscles. Okay, because of the fact that they hardcore everything. I've never seen a 90-year-old Muay Thai fighter, but I've seen a 90-year-old Tai Chi instructor. I've seen a 90-year-old yoga instructor. Okay, but I've never seen a 90-year-old Muay Thai, an actively Muay Thai instructor. Because it takes a toll on your body, but it's very, very, very effective. I love it.
Things that I'm going to do here from Muay Thai. Muay Thai, they hardcore. They're known for hardcoring everything. Everything. They don't believe in taking something, snapping it, and bringing it back. They want to go through the other side, the other country, the other continent, and they don't want to come back. With a chamber in karate. Okay, if I throw a side kick, I'm going to chamber and throw my side kick. If I throw a front kick, they're going to chamber, throw a front kick. Okay? Generally, Muay Thai, there's no chamber.
the actual technique, the kick will come from the ground up, like an airplane takes off from a runway. It descends, actually, it starts going up at a 45-degree angle. So there is no chamber, there is no knee lift. Okay, just come straight to the ground, up and in. It goes in. So again, there's non-telegraphic movement, and there's plenty of penetration and drive coming through your target. Okay, this will be the front kick. Okay, side kick. Side kick. This is known as a lunging side kick or hopping side kick to a lot of other martial artists. Okay. Again, this is thrown differently in the way that the bone alignment and the body is aligned. Okay. Again, in karate, side kick will normally generally be thrown hopping, chamber, and out. What happens here is that once your foot lands on the ground, you have just decreased 30% of your body weight. So therefore, your kick may or may not be that powerful or that much penetrating. So, the way we throw this is that we crisscross in our hop. We crisscross, and while we're in the air, we're crisscrossing our legs. Okay? And just before we get to the target, both my supporting leg and my execution leg, they land at the same time. So therefore, 100% of my 145 pounds is going to that target. Not 100 pounds of my body weight. I want all of it. Here's all my tools available. I can knee strike, elbow, headbutt. Okay, bring them down. Boom. Okay, and keep going from there. I'm just flowing. I'm just flowing. If we had to go to the ground, I can do that.
We say Wing Chun is out my style. I bear no arms. God help me if I should ever have to reveal my art. So that's basically saying it's my style. Wing Chun is my style. I bear no arms. I don't have no weapon. I don't have no guns. My weapons are my hands. And if you look at your hands are weapons. Because you can use your finger to poke somebody's eye out. You can use your fist, right? You can use a phoenix. Different parts of the body that you could strike with your hands. So your hands are a bunch of weapons. But you don't have a knife. You don't have a gun. You don't have anything like that. So Wing Chun is my style. I bear no arms. God help me. Sometimes we get in situations that it's uncontrollable. I mean, we're about to give up. It's so severe. I mean, our eyes might be poked out. We might be bleeding through our nose and our mouth. A lot of things might be happening, so you need strength. You need somebody to help you. So it might be God, it might be Buddha, it might be whatever your religion is. But you got to call for somebody. So in our case, we said, God, help me.
God.